so we filled you're just so big. You take up so much of the screen. Hi, this is Nick Hausman, live, or not live, pre-tape from WWE SummerSlam Media Row. And I'm joined here by WWE United States Champion Bobby Lashley. Lashley, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I want to get your thoughts real quickly on the biggest story of pro wrestling, which is, of course, Vince McMahon retiring, stepping down. What are your thoughts on Vince after 40 years walking away from WWE right now?
I have a tremendous amount of respect for Vince. And Vince, I mean, he created something that is unheard of. And I told him when I heard the news, it's amazing how many people he's taken care of. He put my kids through school. He put a roof over my head, and he did for so many other people. There's thousands of people that can say that. He's a pioneer of the business. He created an empire. The reason why I'm standing here today is because of him. So, of course, I have all the respect for Vince, and I hope that things get worked out however they may. And I hope that I can always be able to contact him and get some advice as I'm moving forward. But at the same time, you know, Triple H is here. Stephanie McMahon's here. These are two great minds of the business. As I was going through it, I would always go over to Triple H and I would ask him different questions, just on matches, on psychology, on just the business in general, and he's always had an answer for me. So I know that our business is in great hands, and the roster that we have is unheard of. I mean, even this weekend, SummerSlam roster, look at it, it's stacked. And it being so stacked, and if you think about it, there's a lot of people that aren't even on that show. So the future is great with WWE. It's going to keep going in the right direction. It's going to keep getting bigger and better and taking over. And I mean, it's the number one organization and always will be.
Well, you brought up Triple H. Obviously, Triple H taking over head of creative for WWE. A lot of fans still long for the Hurt Business. I mean, I know you're a powerhouse on your own, Bobby, right? But like the visual of you flanked by Shelton, Cedric. I know you and MVP aren't on great terms right now. But do you think Triple H moving into this role maybe gives hope to fans that would like to see the Hurt Business return?
I think Triple H is going to do anything that the fans want at this point in time. So Hurt Business 2.0 is on his way. And you know what? I never keep grudges with anyone. Me and MVP had a deal. We had a lot of chemistry together, and we won world titles together, and everything was great. And then we fell apart. But do I have respect for MVP? Absolutely. I'm not going to take away from what he did for me in my career. And I know that he has a lot of potential to do something more. And we've talked about it. I've talked to Shelton before. I talked to Cedric before. And you know what? There is a possibility that we may see it again.
Okay, rock and roll. Well, hey, you also brought up Stephanie. She's co-CEO along Nick Khan. Now, a lot of people don't really know what to make of this guy. Obviously, he's brought a lot of money to the table. But I just want to know, what's your relationship like with Nick Khan? What do you think of this guy?
I haven't had too many conversations with him, but I know he's one of those guys that likes to be behind the scenes, and he's done a tremendous amount. Like when you actually find out what he's been doing behind the scenes, then you say, "Oh, okay, he's a perfect person to step in." And that's what a lot of people don't know, because all they know is Vince, all they know is Stephanie, but they don't know how much work he's been doing. There's a reason why he's in the position that he's in, and that's because of all the things that he's been doing behind the scenes. And a lot of times, you know what, we always think there's so many people, especially in the WWE, that are behind the scenes that we don't even know about.
Right.
And he's one of those people, and he's been a pioneer for the business, and he's done some huge things, and I think he's just going to continue to do it.
I want to ask you about Money in the Bank. I was fortunate to be there live. I saw you take down Theory, grab this title, and if I'm not mistaken, I think after the match, a fan had the world title ringside, and you grabbed that thing and were running around with it, and it was a really cool visual, and I thought maybe a sign of possibly things to come. What kind of a statement? I mean, I guess I kind of know the statement, but what was going through your head when you grabbed that title and were running around with it there after that big win?
I was amped up, and I was just trying to let the fans know that I'm not done. There's so many more there's so many more things that I want to accomplish in my career. And you know, when we had the Hurt Business before, think about it. It was me going against Roman, and my other two going against the Usos. So it would have been a nice little synergy. It would have been nice, even a little feud that we would have had. And then MVP and Paul Heyman and Jack going against each other, man, it would have been really cool. So that was kind of a little foreshadowing for the crowd, just to say, hey, look, I have the United States Championship, and the World Championship is just right around the corner.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about your win here. You beat Theory. Theory then goes on to win Money in the Bank, and is now seemingly in the world title picture. Do you think that's right? Like, how do you feel about that? I mean, you beat him, but he seems to be moving up the card.
That's just how the cookie crumbles, right?
Sure.
And I don't take anything away from him, man. Best of luck. This is the best opportunity for him to try to get it, is this weekend. But you know what? He might make the mistake of trying to beat me, because if he tries to beat me and I beat him up too bad that he can't walk the rest of the night, then he has no opportunity to. So I think a good strategy for him is to lay down as quick as possible in our match, and then wait for them to beat each other up. It's the last man standing, and I believe the way that those two are going to fight, neither one of them are going to be able to get up after that match. So that'd be a perfect chance to cash it in.
I'm just saying that I'm told that a finger poke is doomful, and if you hit him with that finger poke of doom, he might just go down, and you might just win. Just like you said, it might be a cakewalk for you.
If he does, I'm going to pick him up and beat him up, and then I'm going to put him back down again. Look, you're taking his ass a little bit. I've been working too hard for the last few weeks for him to just fall down and get pinned. I know it's a good strategy, but if he does it, I will pick him back up, and I will beat his ass and make him pay for all the stuff that he's been doing for the last few weeks. And then I'll let him go. I won't hurt him to the point where he can't make it to the finals, but I will beat him up. He will get beat up.
All right. Thank you so much, Bobby. Appreciate it. Best of luck tomorrow.
My pleasure.
No problem, man.